Hi dear fans, friends and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening show as usual. And well, what a match we are having. What a finish we are going to have on the final day of this second test match between Pakistan and New Zealand, where New Zealand for the first 3 days totally dominated. But today, Sarfraz Ahmed, the Pakistani batsman, the wicketkeeper, he became the first wicketkeeper as far as Pakistan are concerned to score 3 centuries in a calendar year, and he also has the highest number of runs in a calendar year by a wicketkeeper batsman from Pakistan. So what a proud record for Sarfraz Ahmed. So Sarfraz Ahmed definitely ruled today, and as I said, the match between New Zealand and Pakistan is really set up. It is beautifully poised as far as the Dubai International Cricket Ground is there on the final day, with New Zealand getting only a 10-run lead because of Sarfraz Ahmed's heroics as he scored his third Test century, and also another thing is that the pitch is looking really dicey. And remember one thing, that Pakistan are the ones who are going to bat last on this pitch. So Pakistan would be chasing a target. In fact, New Zealand have been struggling with the spinners, but Ross Taylor has been putting up a valiant battle with all his experience, and he is not out on 77 at close of play, with New Zealand score reading 167 for 6. With the 10-run lead, they were 177 runs ahead. And as I said, this match is really set up. Tomorrow is the final day, and what a match we are going to have. I'll be talking about that. In fact, the majority of this Cricket Happening show will be focusing on this particular test match, and also look at what could happen tomorrow. I would be just trying to do a sort of a review to see what could happen tomorrow. What are the possibilities tomorrow? Other than that, we do have 2 matches which are coming up tomorrow. One is Australia taking on South Africa at the Melbourne Cricket Ground in the 4th One-Day International. As you know, Australia have a 2-1 series lead, and this, as I said, this one-day series has been really hotting up with the 2-1 lead. Now, whether South Africa are going to do what they did in the second one-day international, where they went on to level the series, are they going to do it once more? Because if South Africa could do that, it's a must-win match for South Africa, because if they are not going to they are going to lose this match, then Australia were already 2-1, would become 3-1, and definitely Australia would be winning the series. I'm sure South Africa are going to put their best foot forward. And also, it's the start of the Bangladesh versus Zimbabwe one-day international series, which is starting tomorrow on 21st. Well, so first, let us say, as I said, the most interesting aspect, or the most interesting part of Cricket Happenings today is the 4 days play report on this match between New Zealand and Pakistan. So just talking about what happened, Pakistan resuming on their overnight score yesterday, where they had Sarfraz Ahmed at the crease with Yasir Shah. They were 122 runs behind. As you would remember, they were 281 for 6, so they resumed at their overnight total of 281 for 6, and Sarfraz Ahmed and Yasir Shah walked in to resume the innings. Well, it was something that Sarfraz Ahmed initially, what he did was, he probably had confidence in Yasir Shah and allowed Yasir Shah to take the strike, and Tim Southee was the man who struck by getting Yasir Shah edging to Watling on the slips for 2. So that was the first wicket to go, which made it 285 for 7, and Ehsan Adil also followed to the pavilion as he was LBW bowled for a duck. And then we had one more wicket falling, and then we had what Sarfraz Ahmed quickly realized is that it is better for him to actually farm the strike and allow fewer deliveries to be faced by the tailenders. Well, he did that with Zulfikar Babar, but Zulfikar Babar, he was the one who was willing to play his strokes. And one ball, I mean, probably, as I said, Sarfraz Ahmed definitely realized that, and he allowed Zulfikar Babar the strike. And on that one ball that he allowed Zulfikar Babar was a goner, as he was caught behind with the bowling of Trent, bowled for 5, and the Pakistani innings were really crumbling, and it looked like New Zealand were going to take the lead, with the score reading 312 for 9. Even though it would be, I mean, probably a sizable lead, I thought, 312 for 9. But Sarfraz Ahmed then realized that the best thing to do for him is to really start playing the strokes, and that's what he precisely did. And after that, and it was also important that he got some good company, and that came in the form of Rahat Ali, who plodded and allowed Sarfraz Ahmed to take the strike. And Sarfraz Ahmed, the wicketkeeper batsman, played very intelligently by farming the strike and not allowing Rahat Ali a lot of deliveries, and he was trying to take runs, probably give only one delivery to Rahat Ali, and that was very well done. And Sarfraz Ahmed, in the whatever the deliveries that he faced, he decided that he is going to really take the attack to the New Zealand camp, bowling camp, and he definitely came up with some beautiful strokes. His driving was absolutely impeccable as he drove Trent Boult and Tim Southee through the covers for boundaries. Then he turned his attention down to the spinners Mark Craig and he saw by using his feet superbly to loft them over the infield, and he was also pulling well, cutting well, sweeping well, which is something which he does pretty well against the spinners. And suddenly there was a real sort of momentum into the Pakistani innings, and the partnership started from 312 for 9. The partnership went on to some great lengths, I would say, because it really frustrated the New Zealanders. New Zealanders probably were thinking that this was their time for them to get a good lead, but Sarfraz Ahmed, the wicketkeeper, quashed all those hopes by hitting his third test century, and that too, this was his third test century in a calendar year. And as I said, this is the first time that in Pakistan Test history that a wicketkeeper batsman has gone on to make 3 centuries in a calendar year. Well, it has been done by certain other wicketkeepers in the past, like Adam Gilchrist, Andy Flower. They've all done that, but Sarfraz Ahmed has become the first Pakistani wicketkeeper to do so. And in doing so, not only did he do that, but he also scored the highest number of runs scored by a Pakistani batsman in a calendar year, and thus surpassing the previous wicketkeeper Kamran Akmal's record. So Sarfraz Ahmed has 667 runs to date in this calendar year in 2014. What a player! Sarfraz Ahmed, as I said, has become a big plus for Pakistan, because not only is his wicket keeping, it also is his batting is something which I'm sure is going to be in the future. We are going to see that Sarfraz Ahmed is going to, he already started making waves, but I'm sure these waves are going to grow bigger when he's going to face the other opposition. Now, he has already shown his class, and he is the one who likes to attack, and that's what he showed. In fact, we have seen that Sarfraz Ahmed definitely has the skill to maneuver the ball, and he can also play a waiting game, and if the need arises, he can also go really aerial, and that's what he precisely did in making 112 runs with 16 boundaries. And Rahat Ali gave him superb support, because this partnership went on to add 81 runs, 81 valuable runs for the final wicket, and Pakistan, frustrating New Zealand, finally were all out for 393. Rahat Ali opened up towards the end by hitting a few boundaries, and he was not out on 16 with 3 boundaries before Sarfraz Ahmed was claimed by the New Zealand captain Brendan McCullum, who got his first test wicket in the form of Sarfraz Ahmed, as he got him caught and bowled for 112 with 16 fours, and Pakistan were all out for 393, thus giving New Zealand just a slender lead of just 10 runs. Now, talking about the bowling, Trent Boult 30 overs 8 maidens 2 for 69, Tim Southee 30 overs 5 maidens 67 runs and 3 wickets, Mark Craig, the run-out spinner, 28-5, 117 runs and 1 wicket. East Shore, the 39 overs 9 maidens 92 runs and 2 wickets. Anderson none for 26 of 7, Neesham 11 overs 2 maidens 1 for 12, and Brendan McCullum 2 overs 1 maiden 1 run and 1 wicket. Now, for New Zealand, with a 10-run lead, they were on the pitch to actually face the Pakistani bowlers. Well, Tom Latham and Brendan McCullum opened the innings, and well, it was Brendan McCullum who was the aggressor, as he really started caning the ball. He was hitting some very good strokes. In fact, he was timing the ball pretty well, and Brendan McCullum started to stroke the ball to a real nicety. In fact, Rahat Ali and Ehsan Adil were really scorched away for boundaries by Brendan McCullum as he attacked the Pakistani bowling. and well, that yielded an opening partnership of 42. But Tom Latham at the other end was not looking very confident, and finally he was dismissed as he tried to actually sweep Yasir Shah, the right arm leg spinner, and Asad Shafiq at leg gully taking catch, but probably there was some doubt about the dismissal, but Tom Latham had to go as he was adjust caught by Asad Shafiq of the bowling of Yasir Shah for 9 with 1-4. So the spinners were the ones who were really into business at the time, and Brendan McCullum was joined in by Kane Williamson. Brendan McCullum, after doing a very good job by really attacking the Pakistani bowling to make 45 of 62 balls with 6 fours, was gone as Zulfikar Babar got a ball, a real beautiful delivery, which Brendan McCullum was sucked into, and he was trapped LBW for 45. And after that, Kane Williamson could contribute only 11. And Kane Williamson has been a big problem. I mean, he has not been contributing. He is normally a very, very good test batsman. As you know, he scored heavily against India and West Indies, as you would remember. But in this series against Pakistan, he has been struggling. But normally, Kane Williamson is supposed to be a very good player of spin bowling. But it was not the case today, as Kane Williamson fell a victim to the bowling of Zulfikar Babar for 11 with 1-4, which made the score at 78 for 3 when Brendan McCullum was out. And then Corey Anderson was now this is the reason I'm telling that Pakistan need to really guard against tomorrow. When Pakistan will be batting on the final day, things are not going to be easy. The ball is turning. This is tomorrow is the final day, so there's going to be a lot of, there's already wear and tear. You see there is a rough which has been created outside the leg stump, I suppose, and Yasir Shah was the one who took advantage of it when he had Corey Anderson with a delivery which actually turned in, hit his bat and pad, and went on to roll on to the stumps. In fact, it was something which hit the rough and turned square, and Corey Anderson was a goner, bowled by Yasir Shah for a duck. So that made it 79 for 4. Jimmy Neesham made 11 runs before Zulfikar Babar turned one through the rough now, and Jimmy Neesham was gone, bowled for Zulfikar Babar for 11. But Ross Taylor was there at the crease, and Ross Taylor, well, he was meaning business right away. I mean, he decided, he probably using all his experience and his skill, dealt with the spinners in the best possible manner. In fact, he was giving him room outside the off stump and cutting the spinners. He was sweeping them, he was also pulling them, and Ross Taylor was showing how it could be done by really playing a very nice innings. BJ Watling came in, and what a delivery Yasir Shah got. In fact, this was the time. The other day we saw the ball, today we saw the ball actually turn from the rough. This thing from BJ Watling when he was out, what happened was the ball really took off after pitching from Yasir Shah, the red arm leggy, and Asad Shafiq in the slips, I would say pouncing forward, took this catch as BJ Watling was gone for 11, and it was a lone battle which was being waged by Ross Taylor, who remained unbeaten on 77 with 10 delightful boundaries hit of the spinners, and New Zealand closed the day on the 4th day at 167 for 6. Mark Craig was not out on naught, and that was the situation. So now New Zealand are 177 runs ahead with the 10-run lead, and as I said, life is very difficult, and that's the reason I say that the 5th and final day at the Dubai International Cricket Ground is absolutely well poised. We are definitely going to have a result, there is no doubt about that. And let's have a look at the bowling figures. Today the pace bowlers were not effective. It was all about the spinners. Zulfikar Babar and Yasir Shah sharing the spoils. Zulfikar Babar 21.2 overs, 5 maidens, 60 runs and 3 wickets for him. Right arm leg spinner Yasir Shah 18 overs, 1 maiden, 65 runs and 3 wickets for him. So all the wickets going to the spinners. The pace bowlers, Rahat Ali 4 overs for 19 and Hassan Adil 5 overs, 1 maiden, none for 20. As I said, Brendan McCullum went after the pace bowlers, and the spinners totally ruled the roost later. But Ross Taylor, I thought, has played a very good knock under the circumstances. He's sticking it out there, he's showing all his experience to play the spin, and he's not out on 77. On him rest the hopes for New Zealand tomorrow to get as much runs as possible, so that they can have Pakistan chase a target where they would really can pile on the pressure. And let me tell you, batting is not going to be easy on this pitch. So probably let's hope that if Ross Taylor stays and Mark Craig, Tim Southey, East Southey, who played well in the first innings, give some support, probably we are looking at 225, 250 odd, and it would be Pakistan who would be really under the pump, because we know that in the first innings we saw Mark Craig bowl very well, and also East Southey bowling very well, and they can also use some part-time spinners if at all. The Jimmy Neesham is a medium pacer, but as long as you slow the pace, and as I said, the pitch is doing all sorts of tricks. It's not easy to bat on. It's a very tricky pitch. The ball is bouncing. There is a rough created outside the leg stump. There is a lot of things happening. So I think Pakistan have to show all their skills and the experience today, if at all they have to save this match, because Pakistan are the ones who are going to be under pressure. And as I said, New Zealand are going into the final day tomorrow 177 runs ahead, but the key would be whether Pakistan can get the wicket of Ross Taylor, which is more important for them, or whether Ross Taylor is going to hurt them by getting some more runs, probably a century, and pile on the pressure on Pakistan. But all in all, as I said, the match, the fifth day's play in the second test match between Pakistan and New Zealand is absolutely well poised, and you can't get a better end to the test match. As I said, a draw is something, it's still possible, and one can't rule out that, but definitely there's going to be a result, and there should definitely be a result. So for New Zealand, well, if they could win this test match, they would be leveling the series. For Pakistan, if they lose, yes, definitely New Zealand would be leveling the series. And if the match ends in a draw, then Pakistan would continue to lead the test series. But all these results are possible. It could be a win, it could be a draw. So Pakistan are the ones who are going to be under pressure, but it also depends on how far the New Zealand innings last tomorrow. If New Zealand can really push the target for Pakistan to 250, then I think we really have a game on hand. It will be a question of whether Pakistan are going to go for that, or is it going to be a survival. I feel in all probability Pakistan, with the confidence that they are having so far, I think Pakistan would definitely go for it, but it's not going to be easy. They might have to really survive a few scares, and then probably take it on from tea time and see whether they can go towards the target. But all in all, as I said, the fifth day promises to be an exciting fair, which is going to be happening at the Dubai International Cricket Ground in this second test match. Well, let's leave from here. Now there's not much time for me, so as I said, tomorrow Australia are taking on South Africa in the fourth one-day international of the series at the MCG, the Melbourne Cricket Ground. And the pressure is definitely on South Africa, but South Africa would be hoping that they could do a repeat of the second one-day international where they won it and squared the series, leveled the series. Whether they can do that once again, so that the fifth one-day international that would be coming up would be such a, such a cracker of a contest between South Africa and Australia. With so it's going to be very interesting. I don't have much time to really do a preview here. And also, let me also tell you that Bangladesh and Zimbabwe are starting their one-day series on 21st with the first one-day international. And let's see whether Zimbabwe can turn their fortunes around, because they had a very dismal test series as they were clean swept by Bangladesh in the test series. One only hopes that Zimbabwe can really produce something out of the ordinary against Bangladesh in the one-day internationals. And see whether they can salvage something for losing the three-test series 3-0 against Bangladesh. Well, dear fans and subscribers, that really ends my Cricket Happening show for today. I hope you all enjoyed it, and see you all tomorrow. Thank you.